And then we should be good.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Should we do like a post on Instagram as YouTube as well?
Hello? Can you hear me?
This should be good.
All right. What is that gift? What?
2 seconds.
Those cats are kind of look like stress balls.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Meow meow.
So many people.
2 seconds.
Did your mic stop working again?
Oh fuck.
No, yours not. Maybe
no, mine.
if you go on Discord, the settings themselves, maybe it's that. Maybe I'm saying something that's obvious, so if it is, then sorry. But most of the time, sometimes for me, that also just like switched it out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's gonna try and come in and come out again. So.
All right. Try and read the chats. But they go fast, and I'm dyslexic.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a really interesting little piece of troubleshooting because every time I like start a screen or start a event, my the audio doesn't work. But then when I join in, and we just tested it. But at least we troubleshot it really quickly. So that is the most important thing. But we are live on.
I guess I now know it.
But welcome! This is something I am super jazzed about to make happen, put together.
Yeah.
We have two superstars of the SCP community, two Goso tier animators, the two founders of Soem Studios, here to talk about their incredible project, SCP Gallionic. Now, I'm going to assume most of you have seen the incredible 1.6 million trailer that has appeared so far. But for those who have not, I will play it for you. And then we will get to talking and picking these gentlemen's minds about their incredible work, as well as their experience working in some of the best animation studios that are currently providing the world of anime. But first, before we get started playing the trailer, I would like to introduce Leon. Oh, God, please, for the love of God, tell me you can hear me.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, I would like to introduce Mikey and Brando.
Thank you for having us. It's awesome. Thank you so much.
It has been a special pleasure. But before we begin, let me just play SCP Gallionic and show these people the incredible work that you guys have done.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
So, your choice. What will it be?
I'll hold tight to what little I have.
Absolute cinema. Complete cinema. So
I've seen that trailer 1,001 times.
So we've got a big crowd here. I'm super excited. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with a little bit of I'm going to do a little bit of a Q&A. But I know you guys are raring to ask your questions. So we're going to change things up a little bit more. So I've created a special questionnaire sheet. So please, I have posted it in the Discord, and I will also post it in YouTube. So submit your questions there. But first things first, to kick it off with a little bit of a prepared question sheet. So what was the origin of Soem Studios, and how did you both come together?
Oh, you want to start, Mikey? Shall I?
Oh no, sure. It's yeah, it's we both, we both love animation. That's, our what, unites us. So we separately got into a Discord server. It's called Sokka Foundry, which essentially learned and was a place where people that loved the anime industry and also wanted to maybe get into it got together. And so we eventually we started talking when we both got a lot in the voice chats. And from that point on, eventually Brondo sent me a message if I wanted to do a short with him, a short animation. And I first was hesitant because I had a very bad experience before that. But that's more or less how we got together. It's just we both were on the Discord server. We started talking, and eventually we, you know, talked it over. I don't know. I think it's
Yeah, it
more or
was
less just
like
that. It's not that crazy.
yeah, no, it really started out of just us wanting to we wanted to work in the animation industry, and we thought, well, what better way to do it than to, produce something ourselves, because that's, the best way to get yourself noticed through your own creative work. And therefore, we came up, okay, let's do something about SCP, because we both knew SCP, we both liked SCP. It had been, in our minds for a while. And so I still remember this conversation. We talked to each other, and we are like, hey, how about we do like a 1 minute music video? And like, I don't want it to take too long because, I also want to do other things. Let's give ourselves like max 3 months to make it. Uh, 1 year later,
Okay.
we finally finished SCP Panic, which is our first short animation.
Oh,
which,
I didn't
you can
realize that
find.
there was another previous animation. I'll have to dig it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
That one. It's also quite funny because it stayed underground for a very long time. Like it only
Yeah.
really got
November.
quite a bit of visibility
November.
after we did SCP Gallionic. So yeah, but that was definitely the biggest learning experience, and it helped us get here.
Yeah.
One, because doing a production, even in the way we did it at the time when we were fairly young and inexperienced, really taught us a lot about organization, planning, the whole production. And it also opened the door to meeting a lot of people. You mentioned at the start that, we have some connections to some animators who worked in the animation industry and who still do. And that was really only thanks to the short we made, which was our main greeting card, which opened the door to a lot of possibilities. So I'd say that's more or less the origins, if you could say, of some studios.
So, how do you get talent like from Toei and Mappa, two studios that are like, just kind of producing fire? Mappa is kind of like the king of the internet. Jujutsu Kaisen every week is like a new GIF image that like everyone steals and inspires. What is the secret sauce? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
Or
honestly, it's one thing is we just also got very lucky. We, like I said, we both were in a Discord server, and also we did socialize a lot with that. So we just met a lot of people. We got a friend with a lot of people. We also just worked a bit on our own stuff, and eventually just network with that. So we just had a couple friends that worked on amazing stuff, and because we also have friends, they sometimes also knew people that could help us. But I think for the trailer that we made, I actually believe only one of them that did work for us, we prior didn't, we weren't friends with them. They were a friend of a friend. Besides that, it's all contacts. It's all just people that
Yeah,
we
like
personally know.
socializing is so important.
Yeah.
Like definitely, and this is said from someone who, and I'm not exactly the most social person. I if I can, I like to just stay at home, work, and live as I want. But without networking, I wouldn't have met Mikey first of all, and that would have been no Gallionic if we wouldn't have met. And yeah, all the friends we made along the way, let's say.
You should teach a networking class, like after you finish this project, because Jesus Christ, you
Actually,
knocked it out of the park.
I'll be very honest. The world is a lot smaller than you think. Like
Yeah,
I swear, because when you start meeting some people, you start really realizing how the animation industry isn't that big. Like yeah, sure it's big, but like people know each other. Like really, you can really go from one person to another with relative simplicity.
yeah,
So it's very surprising. But you first need to gain the trust of those people.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's that old saying that you have to have luck, but you also have to be able to use the luck. If we have met these people and we also personally weren't good at making stuff, then getting them is also a lot harder. But yeah, we've gotten lucky. It's I was so hyped when some of our friends were like, "Of course we want to help." We of course also paid them, but it's they were also just out of themselves very excited to work with us. So I'm very proud of the work that we did, but also the work that they did for us.
And so I guess this is this kind of ties in. Maybe you've already addressed this, but how did you get so much Japanese talent? Is it Japanese talent, or is it like
No.
foreign workers who just so
Only
happen to
one,
work
I
at
think.
studios like Mappa?
Yeah, only one I think is Japanese.
I can't remember right now, but it's
We
mainly foreign talent. Mostly
Yeah,
because today the industry today is mainly comprised of a lot of foreigners actually. Mostly because there's not like there's a lot of Japanese people working in anime, but there's not enough. And because of the amount of anime that are made each season, like I don't know if you see the seasonal anime chart, it's like insane.
Yeah,
And
like
so you
30,
need
40
a
series.
workforce. Yeah,
yeah,
like, and a lot of them, live all over the world because they've started doing, freelancing for already like a few decades now, actually. So yeah, it's mainly foreign workers.
That's fascinating because, like, I always find it interesting as a lifelong weeb to see this current place where you've got like several prestige series that are like, it feels like anime's got this like stranglehold in culture, and is like it's getting closer to becoming like what Marvel was just before like the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, was
yeah. It's certainly become a lot bigger. I can still remember the way, like, I'm not gonna say that I've been watching anime since the early 2000s, because that I was just born around that time. But no, like when I started watching around, like, I think 2015, something like that. No, I think 2016. You like it did feel like a lot more closely knit. I feel like, and also the way people talked, and also about the seasonal episodes, I did feel like was a lot more. Felt more like a community. I do feel like that has been lost a little bit, but of course you do get benefits with like having a lot more people looking at it, and also a lot more companies knowing that there's money in there. So it's a plus and a minus, but it certainly has grown so much. Oh my god, it's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really amazing, and
So
like I guess once you have like the soccer mom at the PTA like talking about like oh, I certainly hope that Yuji Itadori's okay. That's when you'll have crossed into the
Huge
super
jarring, I will
industry.
say.
Not the sucker.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
But what was all right? Here is the next question. So you've had a tremendous success of Kickstarter. It looks like you've got a very shot at making the full 20-minute short that you've got planned. What has it been like? Because building something can always feel like climbing up a mountain, and scaling, just gripping up. But now you're on the roller coaster ride. What's it like with the people across the globe throwing you money?
It feels like we've been schizo for so long, telling ourselves like there are fans of SCP still. There are so many fans. Everybody, like a lot of people know it, and we've told ourselves that so long from the start already. But it's always with the caveat of like we hope, because we know how big SCP used to be and how many, you could like show a drawn third, and then it got like 2 million views on SCP. So we knew that there were a lot of fans with SCP still. But it's it's insane how many there actually are still. I feel like we hope that there were so many, and that people wanted to still see it. But just seeing the amount of people from all places of the world, not just even like only America, but there are so many Japanese fans actually also.
Really?
And I've seen so many from
very
absolutely
surprising. I did not realize that.
Yeah, but also like from Brazil, I see also like of Portugal, a lot from so many different countries that you don't initially, at least personally, I don't think about that they maybe particularly like SCP, but there's so many people. So just like seeing the amount of love that we're getting, it's kind of like unspeakable. With just I wasn't expecting it.
That is true. SCP is kind of like a sleeping giant that people underestimate, but it like permeates internet culture, and it's always kind of like waiting for like a big project to unite it and then suddenly bring it to the mainstream and kind of like get more attention and bring in a new wave of fans. It feels like yours is going to be that. Hopefully SCP-5K can help contribute to that once the game hits 1.0. I hope you guys appreciated the publisher announcement.
Saw that. Really excited for you guys.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, it's been very much, can you imagine? I can't remember who said it. I believe it was Del Toro, but he said, someone asked him, how do you know when you're making something good? And he just said, I don't until it's released. And this is literally how it felt working for these 2 years on this project, because we clearly worked on it in secret. No one knew about it for 2 years, and we've been writing, we've been doing pre-production, we've been doing animation, all with extreme passion. But you then think we are asking for a lot, asking for so much money, and for ultimately a short film. We were like, this is either going to absolutely fail and no one's going to care at all, or we will have success. And I'm glad we kind of the second option seems to be happening. So yeah, it's
more or less
absolutely
well.
cathartic.
You put out some amazing work. So here's the big question. We always get asked, and I feel like people want to know, although you could be coy. How many SCPs will be in the final film?
The exact number we can't say, because some are we for sure also on the Kickstarter shows that we have one that we would choose via poll. So I think there will be at least like 2 that is just more for fan service essentially, but there will be 7 SCPs that are also in the trailer that will have something actual to do with the story. So that's a number for sure. 7. I guess 8 then with the one from
7 out of 10,000. Yes.
There's so many. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's way too many. And everyone's always like, if you don't hit 500, it's like the new Pokemon games where they don't put all in each new region because it's just like such feature creep, and everyone's kind of disappointed. But Jesus Christ. But 8's a good number.
100,000 SCPs. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Give it a couple more years.
So, what animation influences have been responsible for kind of inspiring you for the look of SCP Gallionic?
You go. You can go first, Brando.
I think
No.
definitely it always puts a smile on our face whenever we see people being like, "Oh, this looks like straight out of Mappa or Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen." Because admittedly, that was a very big source of inspiration. Actually, it was a source of inspiration way back, even when we were working on SCP Panic. That was around the time when the Chainsaw Man series trailer first dropped.
Oh,
And we both,
Nakayama Bros
so
for
good.
life.
yeah,
Yeah,
we both
I
looked at it and
love
we're like, holy
Yu
shit.
Nakayama is so good.
So yeah, but clearly our influences weren't just with anime. So we definitely really liked that part of Chainsaw Man with very realistic, yet very dramatic characters and motion. But then we also looked at movies more in general to get more of a general feel. Villeneuve is probably one of the biggest references, for example, with Blade Runner 2049, with his intense, very heavy atmosphere, which he can depict with like just one frame. That was a big inspiration, also with the themes and everything. You also got Annihilation. I don't know if you know the movie.
Oh
That
yeah. Whatchamacallit?
that
What's his name? Why am I blanking?
yeah, no,
Alexander,
I always
the famous writer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget his name too, but especially the movie
Alex
has
Garland.
that.
There you go.
Yeah, especially the movie has this very tense atmosphere and this feeling of the unknown, which we kind of want to tried replicating, and ultimately, yeah, those are our main inspirations. Am I forgetting anything? Maybe, Mikey?
I I don't. Those are at least visually, I believe, the for actual films, and an anime, the biggest ones. I feel like the composition, like you of course take reference from a lot of other stuff, but like the main that we most of the time used as actual reference, those were like the main ones. I also just love Robert Eggers, but that's not like a main one that we use. Like the new I always butcher his name. It's so hard. Yeah. Also, actually for the, I don't know if I can stream, right?
Yeah. You should be able to. If not, I can give you
I can also
permission to.
show the reference I use for character.
Ooh,
I can.
yeah. If you got some behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
that I would love to see that. Are you able to stream?
I still need permissions for it.
All right, let me take care of that. I will.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So I took a lot of inspiration with the character designs, with a lot of shows that I love. Of course, because we also
All
use
right,
it
I
for
gave you a
other
temporary
references.
Fray interactive role. You should be able to do it now.
It's not showing it yet. It's still it's not letting me.
My guess is you might need to disconnect and then re-come back in.
All right,
That would be my advice.
give me 1 second.
Yeah. This is super exciting. We are about to see behind the scenes information from the SCP Gallionic team. All right, let me invite him back.
Very secretive.
It's still not showing it. No. It's still blocked for me.
No.
Yeah.
You don't
I
see
guess
like a
the
little screen which
information-
says share your screen?
I can see this.
Oh yeah, okay. I was looking at the left of my screen, but it is in the okay. Yeah, hey, normally it also shows on the left. Don't. Okay. All right. Let me show the right screen. Yeah. All right. Are you able to see it?
Yes. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is my pure file for the characters themselves. On the left is more for the guys. The right is more for the girls. In to be exact, of course, I can say that we use a lot for reference from Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, but actually, to be even more precise, it's from two people that at least I personally use a lot, which one of them names is Takia Ninema. Amazing person. He section directed, for example, also the Pooh scene of the Chainsaw Man movie. He also did the when Makima's on the train. He also directed that part. He also did a section direction for Look Back, and he also have Shoto Yamazaki. So some of this episode with Ghetto and Gojo. I don't know if you know this one.
I've seen it all. Yeah, it was the whatchamacallit, the fifth episode of the Gojo's past arc where Ghetto has his fall from grace.
Exact episode. Yeah, they did phenomenal job. So I use a lot from particularly their drawings for the characters because I just love how they use volumes in their drawings. I just love that. And you can also see that I used a lot. I used particularly in the beginning more, but a lot of Violet Evergarden from KyoAni. Their stuff. I just that's my biggest love. I just love everything from KyoAni. Violet Evergarden is also my favorite show ever. And then some other angles to figure out like how they use and what they figure out with what they all do. But this is more my pure refa with everything. More or less, it has more to do with shows and some particularly drawings that I liked from some people. A couple of stuff with eyes for like Vinland Saga, and then these are some other stuff that I did more for Jane. So yeah, some behind the scenes, I guess.
I love to see it. Like just the collection of the different character poses and the different images. Just goes to show how much effort goes into kind of like creating. And I love to give people a glimpse of that kind of stuff. So whenever you have something like that, they're like, oh. So here's a big kind of thing I'm kind of curious about. So let's assume. I assume you're going to give DVDs out and you're going to give the backers first, and then I assume the full movie is going to be on YouTube, potentially, or you're not quite decided on that yet.
For sure, post it on YouTube. If any other streaming platforms want us, then we can be on there. But it's an addition, not a solo.
I see. So let's say you release it on YouTube, you get amazing digital circus numbers, 300 million views. People are loving you. They're busting down their door. We need a new SCP project from Soem Studios now. What would be your dream SCP project? After Gallionic, would it be a series? Would it be another thing like Pie in the Sky? What is the ultimate fantasy that you would love to achieve?
For me personally, if we are able to do something with more, backing, with also being able to do the quality that we want as well. There are like either two options. It's either just a full feature-length movie where we just have more time to develop more stuff, to show more stuff, which, in my opinion, then the genre should also be, something with like a beginning and end, serious, kind of like we're doing with Gallionic, but like longer essentially. Or if we're able to do a show, I don't know what it would be about, but I do know that genre-wise, personally, what I think would be best is, of course, you can do like anthology. I think that's it. It for sure will be good, but I think that's playing it a bit too safe. I love Love and Robots. I think anthology series are really cool, but I believe if you go and do a show for SP Gallionic, I think doing something for doing an anthology or like something like Suits or CIA would be I don't want to say disservice, but I would just try and shoot for the moon and try and do something like Attack on Titan, Breaking Bad, something with you like that it has an end, beginning and an end, and you try and do something big, try and show this world and what this can be, and you might fail, but I think if you do something like that and it does get good and it does maybe not reach Breaking Bad level because that's insane, but reach something like that, then you actually have something that nobody can then look past SP anymore, and it will for sure always be something big in the internet culture, which it already of course is. But having the possibility to try something like that would, be phenomenal.
Just
Yeah,
swing for the stars, make SCP X Files, make SCP Pluribus, just like a really big show.
Yeah.
no, yeah, like definitely a dream would be for SCP not to be seen as, oh, it's just an SCP show. And most people who don't know about SCP or only slightly tangentially know it, be like, I'm not really interested. But, have SCP be something that is, kind of like anime is becoming now. Think of it, where a few years ago, if something was anime, mainly in the Western world, no one really wanted to look at it, or at least not the normies, as they'd say. But now it's just become something that everyone is excited about. Everyone sees, the true potential it has, and I would love for SCP to see that. For us, it would be in the form of series or movies because that is our main field. But also, video games or more stories, even outside the wiki. Whoops, that's my mic. Definitely, I think if we had to be very realistic, I think the most probable thing that could ever come out of SCP in more or less the near future could be possibly a movie, but just for like the financial sense, in the sense that it's easier to to find
So pricey.
investors to produce a movie which has a very direct way of creating revenue than, for example, a series, which because of SCP's copyrights system, a streaming service can't have exclusivity on it. So they would never want to fund it,
Yeah,
unless it becomes unless SCP becomes this big. I sometimes have fun thinking about this. How sometimes cultural projects are just funded because they are cultural projects. SCP becomes itself a cultural project, which I would say it already is, considering that it's something that permeates the entire internet, has its own history, and is deeply rooted in the origins also of the World Wide Web, since it kind of came together. So like I could almost see that also happening, but we'll have to see.
that is the dream, and it's not an impossible dream. I mean, we're now seeing a Five Nights at Freddy's become like a big budget film series, and it is a multimedia franchise. So, as long as there are passionate creators like you carrying the torch and have competent leadership and goals and teams, I don't think it's impossible. So now we're going to start answering some of the questions. We got a whole bunch of questions of people who've come in.
All right.
I'll repost the sheet. So first off, from Jeff in Discord, what gave you the idea that what gave you the idea, and how many people are in your team?
It's two questions. How we got an ID is, it's more than just the feeling that SP gave us both. We, in the beginning when we started, how we more start is like, do we want to make another SP thing? So we didn't start with an ID. We actually wrote for I think maybe it took like a full month, maybe something like that, of like for writing a lot of IDs, trying a lot of stuff, and eventually we got the ID that we wanted, which was more the feeling that SP gave us, which is we first started with a bit more of no, okay, I can't say too much, of course. It's how I feel about SCP when I watched and read them when I was a bit younger, is it felt big, but more in an encompassing way. It's more about it's more that Lovecraftian type of big, right? So we wanted to show that with our main character, of course, being and not knowing what this world is, which we thought was a good way to also show SP for people that also don't know about it. So it's showing this big world that we also, of course, our facility is also really, really big with everything in there as well. So it was more just figuring out how we could show that. so the idea was more, how can we show this feeling? And we started writing. Yeah, I think it's besides that, I also have to get into spoilers.
No,
And
yeah.
about the team, it's, I think it's in our credits. Do you still know the number, Rondo? I forgot. I think it was
Like
like
how many
something.
people? I
Yeah,
think it
like
was like around 23, 24.
yeah, something like that. But
If we
like
count everyone.
yeah, including like
Clearly,
animators, in betweeners.
yeah.
Then we also have the 2 voice actors. We have a concept artist. We have a composer, composite artist. So yeah.
You definitely got a good squad here, which kind of ties into our next question from Cho Mogus from Discord. What is the possibility of the Mappa Hit Squad raiding the studio because you got ex-Mappa employees? We know they're very strict over there.
I don't think that will...
50-50. 50-50.
I know they're very disciplined at Mappa. They're in a death match against UFO table for like the kings of the anime world, so they don't want to risk losing talent.
Oh yeah. Well, they're in a competition of how much their animators can not see their families and just stay in the studio and sleep there. But I don't think they will come for us. Also because we're mainly an internet studio. That means that we don't have a how do I say a main structure studio, and everyone is kind of like from old world, which is also, I think, one of the nicest things of this project. And yeah, like me and Mikey are 1,200 kilometers of distance between each other right now.
For America,
like
not that much, but yeah.
So all right, so we shouldn't worry too much about the Hell's Paradise crew coming and assassinating you or stealing back your talent. That is fantastic to know. Dr. Brunner asks, will some popular SCPs like SCP-527 or SCP-99 be featured in the series? I know you've got 8 of them. I don't know if those 2 are going to make it. I think SCP-999 is the tickle monster.
Yeah.
It's like we talked a lot about what SCPs should be in the short. We talked a lot about it because you're making something about SCP, so SCP should be in it. But we also still wanted to make a good story, and you can't show a bajillion SCPs in there. So I can of course say like which SCPs are in there, except also some of them are in the trailer. But we try to variate between some big SCPs and some bit smaller. That's
yeah.
No, they don't
all give a bit of space to
mark.
also the more unknown SCPs.
Yes.
So, all right. So you're not going for the there's no scary man. There's no indestructible lizard. Chances are you're going for a little bit more of the. Is that awesome angel wing thing in SCP?
It is.
I gotta look up what that one is. I'm always like, whenever I see that.
Wasn't that just like a normal person run though? That wasn't an SCP right now.
No, yeah.
I love that 3 seconds. I just replay it again and again.
Thank you. That means a lot.
It's glorious.
Thank you.
Tivalis,
took some couple minutes to make that. No,
it took a little bit.
Yeah.
Tivalis asks, probably a dumb question, but I'd love to hear, when do you think this will come out? Really excited.
2028, in all likelihood. Mostly because production is gonna take a while, since we are an indie studio, and we need to kind of prepare everything from scratch, and also because we want to go through festival runs. We want it to, we want to show it at, for example, Annecy and other, which that has got its times. But I mean, technically speaking, if you happen to be at one of those festivals, you could probably see it a bit earlier.
That's true.
That's an interesting question. So will the backers see it first, or will the festival people see it first?
Well, we have
Uh,
some I we have like one on the backers level that people will see it first, right, Brando? I forgot about it. I
oh
think
God,
we
I
have like
cannot
one level
remember.
which I think it does show that we watch it earlier. We will have to see because I don't know precisely how the rules are from NSC, but you are when you post it and show it in a vessel, you are not able to show it before that. But I don't know if private things also include that. So if by any chance we are able to show it earlier, then it will be first. If NSC is a bit harsher with that, then unfortunately that's not going to be able to be the case.
Oh, so you can't just like sneak DVDs under the table and then get it in the film festival.
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately
They're not
not.
going to check the mail. They're not going to check your email.
They are French, so they will come with the baguettes.
Or maybe Mr. Beast will, send
Hey,
them with baguettes to go get you. I don't know. I always find him
uh,
interesting that he's got like all this money and he could be putting on animated series, but he doesn't.
yeah, I mean, if he just wants to fund us
hey,
with no strings attached, sure, give us a couple millions. We'll make you a full series.
why not?
Uh,
Would be a good video for him. Well, like it's a 20-minute video, us a
I
couple million for
trapped
an SP
20
show.
former mapper
Yeah.
animators to see if I could beat
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's see what
let
happens.
let's pitch that.
They were in a white box for 3 years. They have zero hair anymore, but that's because $5. $5.
So Jeff from Discord asks, "How are you so good at animating?"
All talent. No, I'm joking. Work. Like
Or juice.
a lot of people often see crazy good animators and they're like, "Oh my god, they must be so talented." And I think that's true to a certain extent, in the sense that I believe talent comes with the attitude to work. Some people will be more naturally maybe inclined to be able to, probably see how to animate stuff, be able to intuit things quicker or faster. But ultimately, it's just a lot of work. If you go back and look at our first short, SCP Panic, whilst I'm extremely proud of that short, the drawing quality and the animations are, you know, okay. I definitely
Yeah,
think we
better.
made a big step up. And also, let's not forget that it's not just me and Mikey who animated the trailer. It's like 20 other people who helped us out. So it's definitely a combined effort.
Yeah.
And you just learn going forward. The more you do, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the more you want to do. So, yeah, I'd say that's how we got so good.
Well, to keep the weeb thing, what would you recommend? What is your equivalent of like the Rock Lee training weights? That the thing that you could do again and again, and then you take it off, and then suddenly you're a super animator.
Honestly, like the question depends on what you want the answer to be because animation is different than making something look good. Because someone, we see it a lot because we also, had to, and we had to think about hiring people and also eventually have to do it. So you have to look critical at other people, their stuff. And what you most of the time see is three different people. So either someone's really good at animation, but the drawing quality is not that good. So then you will have to correct it up. You can also have someone that can draw very good and animate bad, and also someone that can do both. So if you solely want to get good at animation, then looking at other animators is a really good step. So like copying other animations, maybe taking reference. So like filming yourself, depending on, of course, what type of style you go for. That can very much so improve your stuff. And if it's just like also with the drawing itself, I think Draw a Box, it's literally called Draw a Box, is a website. That's an awesome tool to just improve your overall skills. It teaches you your importance of the lines. Then one thing which is very important is your 3D knowledge of like how to see stuff in 3D, how to rotate, all that, And then eventually you have more steps, right? So it kind of depends on what you want. If you want like draw a box, you can always do. But yeah, animation itself is.
I would
a
say,
whole separate thing.
I don't know if this is just for me, but
Oh, draw a box.
I
Sorry,
personally,
wait.
but I personally feel like animation is a lot easier than drawing good, because I've seen a lot of people who can animate pretty well, who can have a sense of timing, and I consider myself someone who naturally and has fairly intuitive sense of animation, movement, and everything. But drawing is a lifelong, learning experience. Same with animation, of course. But I just feel like the level to get to with animation or with drawing, to be professional at the very least, to be good enough, there's a big disparity. So I'd say maybe depending where you want to work at, if you want to work more towards the anime industry, definitely work a lot on drawings and learning how to draw. And when I say learning how to draw, I mean learn how to draw. Mikey mentioned it, but 3D form, is so important. It's everything. Well, not every. You get it. Animation and timing are something that you can more or less get good results by just applying some basic principles. You won't get anything spectacular, but you'll get the job done.
Yeah.
If you want to excel in animation, like the actual movement, I would say always be on the lookout for interesting movement, even in real life. You sometimes see someone walking up on the bus when you're going, I don't know, to work or to school. You see someone, an old person with a stick, and how they look around almost jittery or stuff like that. Same thing with shooting. That's why shooting reference is so important. Yeah. So I'd say those are the main things if you really want to improve.
So take candid videos, animate it, and draw, and that is your training weights. That is how you unlock the fifth gate.
Amen.
Yeah, basically.
Frogman on YouTube asks, "What role will Brian from the man serve in the plot?"
He'll die.
So I guess we'll have to wait 3 years to find out, or 2 years and find out if Brian gets to make it. Jeff again in Discord asks, "Favorite SCP?"
Well,
I knew this one.
I guess I'll start. I said the last time this well, and it is maybe a strange one. I feel like it's one for me, at least an underrated one. So that's maybe because it kind of became my favorite. SCP 1689, bag of potatoes. What I really like about it is the story, how they got there. I just like it was a Russian town which was subdued with a blizzard, and so they didn't have any contact anymore from the outside, and they lost all their food sources besides a bag of potatoes, which didn't run out. It is unlimited potatoes. It goes in, you grab one, and it goes back. And it's about what I just find so cool about it visually is it feels so SCP, at least to me, with it's just like a bag of potatoes that doesn't go out, but just idea of like how the operatives got there, just finding this whole town of people that are pretty malnourished because they are only eating potatoes. And then you also have a whole separate story of three operators going inside the bag and finding more out about it. I don't know. I just find it cool. I think it's a silly, cool SCP. Also, SP-01, the Gate Guardian, and I also love the Human. But those are a bit more.
I think the
basic,
potato bag
like.
is like a really great choice. It's not something I was
right.
expecting.
Oh, thank you.
I actually really like 5031, which is the one I believe it was titled also "It's Just a Monster," which is about that. The whole article is interesting because you have the first part of the article where it's the old article written by the previous scientist of this SCP, and he's like, "It's a monster. It's invisible. It's invisible when not looked at. We'll just contain it in a box for 30 years and call it quits." And the rest of the article is just this other scientist who is absolutely horrified by this inhumane procedure and gradually, tries to better this monster's conditions of life, trying to understand it. And it's very heartwarming because you always see, these monsters being treated completely, in the worst way possible or just as monsters. And then you have a very, how do I say, heartwarming story about a scientist sort of being very empathetic, I can't remember. But
No.
I think it's one of my favorite articles just because of that. So
I love it that they're like out of the box choices versus like the go to murder monsters like everyone's favorite 173 our peanut monster.
that's banal.
Yeah.
I love Peanut. I love especially all the since the Peanut design has been revoked. All the redesigns of 173 have been. I think I love them. Just seeing them.
Yeah.
So Peanut is definitely one of the most iconic. But yeah, just saying Peanut. There's so many other SCPs that are so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many to love now that it's getting closer to 10,000. Steelhead on Discord asks, what does the anime focus on since the trailer revealed a containment breach? Will it have other GOIs inside of it, XGOC, or will it only consist of SCPF?
I guess the answer is you have to find out. Or is that not good enough? Do you want to give it?
I think you have to find out. I think it's like everything in life. There's always a gray area. I'll just leave it at that. Just to give you more mystery and hurt you even more and be like, no, I want to know now. Because yes, I am evil.
Yeah.
So you'll have to wait and see. But believe me, we get it all the time. When Serpent's Hand coming to SCP 5K?
Yeah.
Whenever an SCP game, it's like they want it to be the Smash Brothers, where it's like, this is my favorite faction.
Yeah.
I want it to be in it. I want
we get a lot of DMs about that. Like, it's my favorite SCP, and then they're like, it's just a random SCP. Will that be in there? And it's like I've not seen this one ever. Like this is like this one came out yesterday. What do you mean?
Statistically, the chances are low of your favorite SCP
it's
going
pretty
in
small,
there.
yeah.
But you never know.
And even like we wouldn't then say like, yeah, well, yeah, it will be get in there. Like, yeah, that's spoilers, and we don't like spoilers.
All right, so who knows? All you Serpent's Hand fans in there, they might not make it into Gallionic. Grape on YouTube asks, what do you do to keep inspired while doing all this?
Coffee.
That's a good question.
Well, like it's just like bound to happen that you'll have like low parts and parts where you don't feel like it, where parts that you don't want to get out of bed as well. That will just happen. That's like there's not really, at least in my experience, a way to get over that. But what helped a lot in our case is we are two. We're both co-directors, and in all instances that helped us a lot from like the art, animation, but also mentally. If I had stuff going on either mentally, or I was a bit more busy, or I was at work, then Brandon could pick up, and vice versa. If Brandon had some stuff, then I can pick up more. So that helps a lot. And also we've been friends now for 4 years. We know each other a tiny bit, so we also trust each other with that. And there's also a lot of growing actually that we did both, because right with this actually we had to, when writing, you have to explain a lot to each other. and I feel like that's also how we grew a lot. So at least the writing part, even though that was very hard, it's also at the same time weirdly just talking with a friend. So even though that it was still quite hard, the writing part was more just talking with a friend, trying to get a cool story. And sometimes we got we screamed a bit at each other. That will also help. Sometimes you'll get mad at each other. That's
Yeah,
also I
no,
think
like
very
the
important with us. We just get
I feel
mad
like
and
the
then the
writing
next
part.
day we're good.
Yeah, I feel like the writing part was one of the toughest, in my opinion. In some sense, not because it was so hard, like to write itself,
Well, I imagine like
but because
it's going to be like originally it was going to be 10 minutes, right? And then now it's going to be like 15 or 20 minutes.
I don't know, like the
well,
whole story is written for the 20-minute version. It's just getting money for the 20-minute version as your first goal is. Well, you've seen it. We still haven't reached it actually, the 20 minutes one. So if you set it as your first goal, kind of hard, kind of hard.
Yeah. But I guess my comment was
Exactly.
is that like even at 20 minutes, that's not a lot of time, and I assume that there's a
Oh
lot you
yeah,
want to accomplish
yeah,
with those
yeah.
minutes. So
but
that
more than
means like
that,
all your screen time is very precious.
yeah, but more than that, I feel like the hardest part of writing together uh, is the fact that we are two people. And as Mikey said, definitely the part of writing helped us also form a strong bond and get to know each other more. Because when you write, you're putting a part of yourself onto the paper even more than with drawing. Because when we're animating, we're drawing, we're fairly clinical with it. Oh, this drawing needs correction.
Yeah,
Yeah, here's the
stops.
character sheet. Let me do.
Like, oh,
Yeah, and it is what it is. But with writing, where there isn't anything per se wrong, especially during the early stages when everything needs to be uh, understood, really, it can sometimes be hard to discuss about like a script or something because maybe because really what you're critiquing, what you're talking about is each other. When you write really about yourself, clearly through a different medium. We write an SCP stories with characters that are clearly not us. We've never lived the lives of Jane or Matthew,
definitely.
but the feelings and the emotions they feel and the intrinsic events that they go through are, after all, things we have gone through too. So that's definitely, I think, the hardest part
Oh my
of
God, you survived a containment breach.
friend.
A
Yeah,
couple,
yeah.
couple.
So yeah, I think back to the question that was, how do you stay motivated? We kind of veered off. You can't really rely on motivation or inspiration. You need to have a method. Uh, have a friend who's always there for you and whom you can grow with, but also when you're less
Please.
motivated or when you don't have that much willpower, just power through it. Just do. Keep going, and because life is sort of like a wave. You have highs and lows, and you just need to get through that low part to get back into the rhythm. And same thing goes with inspiration. You need a method. You can't just get inspired by the magic ether in the air. You get inspired by living life, by meeting people, by reading books, by watching series, movie stuff. So
Yes.
yeah.
Consuming art to create art. There you go. And art is
Yes,
around you
sir.
always.
Yes, sir.
The Phoenix also asks, "Hi, I accidentally sent a submission before. Didn't ask anything in it. Crying emoji. I just wanted to say that I absolutely love SCP Gallionic, but I was just wondering, you're hosting a fan art competition, so what are you looking forward to seeing in the fan art?"
Creativity.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. It's honestly like we don't really care about quality at all. We just want to see our characters drawn about other people. That's like it's just a good excuse to get people drawing our own stuff, and whether that's by Van Gogh or it's like even a stick figure on a piece of paper, it's just really cool that people put the time to draw our characters. Of course, this time we did put like something with like actual monetary value as a reward, but still, just like being able to receive art from people perceiving your character as something that they themselves thought of, and just seeing how people think of our characters, that's been such a strangely cool experience, because we've known these characters for a long time. We've written them, we've drawn them, and we feel like we know them on a certain level, but still seeing how, from what we've shown, how people reacted, I don't know. It's just really cool. So that's all I kind of want.
He's just what you call it. Yeah. I also have some great news. Well, a bit more for us than you, but good news in general. Dark Math Films sent us a super chat. From one duo to another, keep up the great work, guys. Now, I was looking into Dark Math Films. They also did their own SCP film, SCP Academy Part 001 Containment Breach. So some other SCP films appreciating your work.
Yeah.
So that's always
yeah. We know about them.
So you are familiar with them. That's so wonderful.
Yeah. We scoured a bit stuff, so no, it's really nice. Like we're now, because we have a campaign, we're doing a big push on our part of go crowdfund the campaign, help us out, share us the stuff. We will make more stuff. But truth be told, we want to see the whole community come up. We were inspired by everyone else. After all the other SCP creators, both from movies and video games. So we are just hoping that we can at least be, the spark of inspiration to bring about more creativity, because it's not like we can do everything of SCP. And honestly, I want to see different perspectives, different ways people interpret SCP, because we interpret it in a certain way with these mega structures. Some other people might think of it in more different ways and more creative ways. I don't know, but I'm very eager to see it. Like, I can't wait.
Perfectly said.
I love it that the camaraderie and supporting. I've had a few other SCP filmmakers, so I was super excited that you were both found the time for this, and it's always nice to see other people supporting each other. That's why I love hosting these sessions. M from YouTube asks, "Hello, Soem team. My question is, will SCP Gallionic possibly released in 2028 or 2029? If so, I would like to watch the short animated film on YouTube if it came out." I think you already answered this. It's 2028 is your release date.
Yes.
And on YouTube, yes.
And on
will
YouTube.
be
Totally free.
for all.
No money needed. No money needed. It's going to be on YouTube, baby.
Well, that's fantastic. One thing I love about YouTube right now, outside of Mr. Beast and all the other, Mr. Beast imitators, is the fact that there's a animation renaissance boom, from VisiPop to the Space King guys, to the Amazing Digital Circus and Glitch Productions. It feels like now is like the best time ever to be doing high quality animated work on YouTube. So I think you'll be rewarded very well once it eventually does finish up the circuit and make it on YouTube.
Yeah, will be really, really cool.
Chamungus asks from Discord, can we await some SCP 5K having Gallionic content crossover? I would love to make that happen, but I cannot promise anything. I can feel the red beep in my neck about ready to explode. I don't want to promise things that I don't have access, but never say never. You never know. There's DLC to do.
Yeah, we're always open to discussions. SCP community is collaborative, so
it depends how fast Mappa comes, it kind of depends on that one.
So I can't promise anything. Al Barney, our technical director, was in the comments. We also had Sherman. Sherman was saying, "Hey, Dark Math, what's up?" Sherman's always like, he is like the workhorse of the SCP community.
Oh
just
my
doing
God.
so much to like
Man,
keep it alive and
Jesus.
champion
Sherman
stuff.
has been. Let me just sing Sherman's praise a bit. Sorry to embarrass you here right now, but no, but he's been like one of our number one supporters from day one, back of
Day one.
the days of SCP Panic. He was actually one of the first to scout us out, and he's always been extremely supportive of our work and everything we've done, helping us, start out, especially in those initial stages where no one knew us. We were no one. So yeah, big thanks, Sherman.
Thank you for all the work you do, Sherman. Always like trying to be a positive force and promoting big SCP projects. So the next question from George on YouTube: will Chaos Insurgency, GOC, Serpent's Head, etc. appear in the film? Honestly, I want to see CI. It's the best faction for me. I think you said that like you don't want to spoil which factions are coming. They love the Serpent's Hands and the Chaos Insurgency.
We'll see. We'll see. I can't say anything, or Mikey will smite me.
And vice versa.
Basically, Noob Guy from YouTube asks, will we see anyone dropkick SCPs? I asked the same question to the SCP-5K devs, and I got the feeling that they were thinking about it. You wouldn't want to make an inferior SCP project, would you? So, will there be drop kicking a sequence where like a guard runs up to an SCP and drop kicks it during the containment breach potentially?
Well, probably not, but we have we have sometimes that we make short animations, so it might be an idea that we steal.
There you go. You've inspired.
That'll be evil, because we love those. I do have a question though. Am I allowed to go to the toilet?
Yeah, absolutely. There's two
all right.
Don't worry, Mikey. I shall entertain
I'll
while
be
you
right back
are
then.
away.
Okay, yeah. You do that. Ciao, ciao.
No, you're more than welcome for a bio break. So let's see what the next question is. All right, Duus on YouTube asks, the idea of an animated 20 minutes, if I remember correctly, SCP short, already sounds amazing. If the Kickstarter does really well, is there any chance it could end up being longer, or is 20 minutes the planned cap?
So for this project, 20 minutes is the planned cap, because we've written the story, how it is right now, and just adding minutes, adding padding wouldn't really make sense. But we'll see, what future projects we'll do, in the sense that I said this also earlier, but depending on how much support we get also with this project, how much visibility it gets and everything, we'll see also where to go from there, what projects to do, maybe probably SCP related. And yeah, so for the short, it's going to be capped at around 22, 23 minutes, around that length. It's probably not going to be 30 minutes. But for the future, who knows?
Well, it's always good to not have scope creep, even if, Kai Sinit or Mr. Beast pulls up and says, I'm going to give you $100 million or whatever, to kind of like have that as your goal and not get too ambitious. You always want to be the Kickstarters the people like versus the Kickstarters that, don't deliver.
Yeah.
So it's always good to like keep your goal focused and not go crazy. Duus again asks, when it comes to publishing, will it be released on YouTube, distributed through other streaming platforms? YouTube is the main, outside of DVDs and digital downloads, right? Or are there other ambitions? Will we see you on Tubi?
Tubi, I don't know. But we have been, I can't say who, I can't say with certainty if these will be true, but we have been approached by some smaller streaming services to also drop it there. So you might also see it in some other places other than YouTube. But YouTube, most definitely.
YouTube's going to be the main one, but it could have some other. Oh, that's exciting. Maybe it'll be Shudder.
We're back.
Welcome back for your bio break. Perfect timing, because
Okay.
Gizmo Looney asks, how would you rank the main 4 characters and why? So, what's your tier list?
In what way?
Like
Drinking
preference?
Jessica probably.
Like it depends. And like favorite, if I had to go by favorite, I don't know. I think Jane is the top for me. I really like Jane. It's a bit hard to talk about this stuff without spoiling
Giving away
anything,
too much.
because I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I like Jane because
You don't have to tell us why. You can be coy. I do think it's funny, like an unreleased thing. Give me a tier list. Who's in S tier? How does the power scale?
Yeah, I don't know how to answer
power
that
scaling?
one. Power scaling.
Power scaling, I would say
Virgil.
Virgil, Jane, Jessica, and Matthew. I would say.
Yeah.
that gave you a little bit more of a easier way to do it.
Well,
everything should be
Mikey, maybe
determined
it's
through.
Jane and Virgil, Jessica and Matthew. Now that I think about it,
Fist answer everything.
Do us again.
You'll see tonight.
Asks from YouTube, did the script change a lot during production? Any scrapped ideas that came before the current history presented in the trailer / Kickstarter?
So many.
holy hell!
Besides the when we started with the amount of different ideas we went through, because that's a lot already. We wrote a lot. What we also figured out is writing is almost actually the same. Am I lagging?
No, I
You can still hear me, right? Okay. Writing is almost exactly the same as drawing, because, like, you, at least for us, how we did it. What we essentially did is we did it with layers. So you first make the whole story, and then eventually you get in more detail. But along the way, you use this idea, and eventually you just maybe throw that away and you put a different scene in there. We also did a lot of scenes swapping, so maybe this scene was first, but then we put this one before that. We went through so many different things. Alongside that, sometimes Brando wrote something, and then I read it, and then either I liked it or not, or like I wrote something, either he liked it or not. So we went through a lot.
Yeah, we have like probably a few. I would say almost 100 documents of not drafts, but like between small started drafts, ideas, and other, also drafts.
Because well, they
Yes.
can handle their liquor.
That was a lot.
Are there any ideas you were considering you could just tell us now because they're not going to make it in, that were like too crazy or ambitious, or things you just thought were bad?
Bad not per
I would say
se. It's just
I would say
something
the story
just don't
got
work.
more. Yeah, I would say the story got more interesting the more we wrote it, in the sense that that's Mikey's classification. But like, it's not so much that the previous versions were, different iterations which were, maybe had some better things. I think it was generally just a progression of it got better. Okay, I can say one thing, which was actually an original idea, and this was back early, in like almost 2 years ago. The idea was that the facility itself was sort of alive, in the sense that it had moving walls and stuff.
I forgot that one.
Remember that?
I forgot that one.
So it kind of, and so it itself was not necessarily an SCP. Like, the idea was that it was not an SCP. It was a man-made thing, which is crazy in scale and everything. But as we wrote, we were like, it kind of leads us to some.
It just didn't work. It like a lot of
it
things
didn't
were
work
just like,
for the story
why is
wanted
it in
to-
there? We couldn't really put too much time into making it not per se not interesting, but like making it that it fit with the story as well. Essentially, it's like if you've seen Maze Runner with like
Yeah.
how everything moves there, it's more or less like that with a bit of like I guess like artificial intelligence. But eventually we stopped that because it just was like why.
And
It just
also, it
made
was
your lives
similar to
needlessly
like
complicated.
Control, in my opinion.
Yeah.
too much of a Control ripoff.
Control is like,
But yeah, that was a
pretty
fun
good
idea.
design.
It was a fun idea for sure.
So what is your opinion on SCP 304 or SCP 009 in the aspect of infectious virus anomalies?
I mean, it's I love.
I'll be honest, I'm not very knowledgeable in that.
Yeah.
So I can't give any, profound or interesting take. But
Only Dr.
generally-
Sherman knows every SCP. But, it's always
Yeah,
more
like,
fun when
He
people
also knows a
shoot the
future
shot.
SCPs probably. He's just waiting
Yeah,
until they're released.
I don't know. I really cannot comment on it, mostly because I haven't read those articles. Sorry.
All right.
Though I would say that even just the concept of it is probably pretty cool. Yeah.
You're a little
Most things that, in fact, is kind of interesting in my opinion. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to talk about it in depth.
Your little sociopath on Discord asks, how far in revolutionary do you want to go with this? Like its own little niche community, or revolutionize the whole fandom, or more dedicated to stuff like this? That is a very broad question.
Well, it's not per se. Of course, like our main interest with making this was that it was not only for SCP fans. And what I mean with that is, it's not just like that every SCP fan will be like, oh, I know that one. Like, we wanted to, one, that SCP fans would love it, and also someone that has never heard about SCP, that they would also be like, that was actually really cool. That's more where everything stems from. And we, of course, also know how big SCP the community is, even though a lot of people don't interact with it anymore. So like it would be cool if this would start an engine which eventually makes more stuff, and that were like that more movies maybe are made, or like an actual show. That would be cool. But for us, the initial reason was that we wanted to make something that people would like, and also us. We're also egotistical in that way. We also would like it.
So it's something that you're proud of.
Yeah, definitely.
And, something that'll scratch the itch that, like, all the people who like Jujutsu Kaisen and Mappa will be like, oh, this is activating my neurons. The Mappa series do, but it's not from Mappa. I want to see what this is about.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, fingers crossed that you have like an entire Homestuck level of fandom at conventions, and you show up and you see people cosplaying as your characters.
Oh, that would be so cool.
God, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
I would adore that.
Fingers crossed it could happen. Dr. Kutchiad, Discord asks, will this series be translated into other languages? And if so, will you manage the dubbing teams? Or should the fans do that themselves? I am a German voice actor for indie series and films, and I am happy to help.
We've received a lot, and I mean a lot, of voice dubbing requests, like without even counting all the voice acting requests, which are like 10 times more. For now, our policy on dubbing, at least for like the trailer, anyone can do the dubbing. So fan dubs, anyone can do them. We won't have any official dubs for now. Mostly because we need to concentrate on the Kickstarter, and we need to think of actually select if we want to do official dubs. For the actual shorts, we for sure will do an official Japanese dub, since it was one of our stretch goals. And if we get to the other stretch goal further up ahead, we will also do another dub, which you people can choose through a vote. A little me incentivizing you to aim for higher.
He
Other
wants
than that,
Italian.
we
He
don't
wants an
currently
Italian
plan.
job.
Okay, so it's not planned, but
Yeah.
something is the main
Like,
language going to
if
be in
people
English?
want to, yes, it's going to be in English.
Yeah.
Because we know English. But like, if people want to do fan dubs, we're completely open for that. Official dubs, we'll have to see. We'll probably have it subtitled in as many languages as possible because that's something much more doable. Which we can get fans also to help us out in that, especially for the more uh, obscure languages. But yeah, for dubs, right now we don't have plans.
Well, no, you got to keep it realistic. Although translating in other languages sounds like much more doable. Chaotic from YouTube asks, how much inspiration from SCP Overlord will you be incorporating here, or is there anything from you, anything for you to incorporate with it?
It's like it's. Oh, do you have an actual answer?
No, not really. But, I don't think there's a very strong relation because like Overlord is very much more on the tactical side
combat
of SCP
side.
of like
that's not the vibe
and
your
ours
project
is
giving.
No, yeah, we're more going on the you are kind of words fail me. Everything is much bigger than you, and you have almost no power over it, sort of thing, with very little military or tactical things. So I would say, in that sense, Overlord and SCP Gallionic are pretty separate.
Yes. Still a really cool thing, though.
So the aesthetic is very different. So keep that in mind. AO on Discord asks, is there any chance to form a physical studio like a Soem HQ? Is that possible? How much money would you need for that?
A lot.
Well, like,
I mean,
for starters, just like if you think about it, we have a lot of people internationally. So even like on that sense, it would not really make sense. So even one having to, make a studio, a physical one, and the payments for that, then having everybody, literally be able to get there, so they have to also live in one country, and everything that comes with that. If a billionaire comes, sure, I don't mind it, but I don't think it will be feasible. And also just like it would be cool to get in an actual studio because it is beneficial, but just the logistics with everything that comes with that it's just very hard.
Unless I just go to live at Mikey's place, or he comes and lives in my room, and we just call that a studio.
I don't blame you. Studios are very expensive. Like they're like co-working spaces, but it just feels a good way to burn a lot of money. Maybe someday, and I hope you do get to have your official space. But I want to see you succeed.
Thank you.
Not that I'm not saying, I want to see your product do so well that it gives you the excess money where you have that luxury versus doing that luxury first before, having the success you deserve.
No, yeah.
The Desk from YouTube asks, are there going to be any popularized Doctor appearances such as Dr. Alto Chef, Dr. Gears, Benjamin Kondrani in your story, or will you be trying to keep original characters? If they are original characters, will you be posting them to the wiki itself to canonize them? Oh, that's very interesting.
They will be they will be original characters. That's something I can say. To canonize them... We have thought about it, though admittedly not that much, because we first need to do them in the story and probably think about that. If people really like them and everyone's like, oh, we want to see them actually in the wiki, then sure, we can consider. But for now, we don't really have plans to do that.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a safe approach. Although I would hit up those SCP writers. I'm sure Sherman can connect you. That would be really cool to have your characters like put in an article before the movie, the short comes out.
Yeah.
You never know.
Chaotic asks, suppose that this does well, would this be something that is one-off, or would you plan to do several seasons following the same crew, or even just a new site and new people? So that's an interesting question. Let's say this does amazing digital circus numbers, the fantasy I love to give all indie animators. Would you want to turn it into a series, or just do a new project?
Well, for starters, SP Gallionic is as a beginning and an end. So I don't think it would be a of course you can always go further. There's always a way, but like if we can make that good, I don't know, or like still have the same impact as SB Gallionic as a story would have. But after if we are able to get enough money to get an actual thing after, that would be amazing. Though probably with different characters.
Yeah, I think maybe the site and the world.
Yeah,
the world
that
is
one,
yeah,
that
the
one.
world. But like the site would remain the same. But we'd probably just want to look at it from other characters.
Yeah.
And see, a different perspective, because we give a certain perspective. We tell a certain story with Gallionic. We probably wanted to tell something different with another story, and therefore we would need other characters. So
like
yeah.
one thing I actually there's something I don't think we've talked about because it doesn't like really impact the story, but like we've really thought a lot about the world of the side 19-2. And one thing, I don't know if we would make anything of that, but like it would be an interesting perspective is the restaurants and stuff on the site, they are not per se run, but the people that work in them are the D class. Or at least, no, of course not all. Like if you did actually some atrocious shit that makes it that you actually don't or cannot be with any normal people, then but that would maybe also be an interesting perspective to get one of the D class and also having to think more about like actually how that world then would be. There are so many things we can still do with this site that we've thought of. Yeah, so there are still really cool stories that we can think of.
So it is possible, even though it is a complete story. There's enough wiggle room that if people want more, you can give them more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
I'd say so.
So this is a little bit spoiler wise. You can give as much as you want or as little as you want. Gizmo Looney asks on YouTube, time wise, how much of the film will be focused on before versus after the breach?
50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 minutes before, 10 minutes. So we're getting full. It's not just 1 minute of the outbreak. We're getting a good split.
It'll be not like full first 10 minutes is something, and then for all the other 10 minutes is after. God, it'll be more intermixed. But yeah, it'll be roughly 50-50.
Yeah, essentially we won't only show a breach.
Okay, that is a cool teaser. Dr. Berner asks, one more question. Will the O5 Council be making an appearance in the series, or are they going to be of any significance to the story?
I guess the only thing I can talk about is we have, of course, talked about it. Like, they are a big part of the SP lore with everything that goes on in there. So, we have for sure talked about it. That's, I guess, the only thing I can say. Or I don't know if you want to do more, Brando.
I'll just say no comment. I love being mysterious and getting on everyone's nerves.
The O5 Council is kind of like the Sele of the SCP Foundation. The everyone's favorite, super secret, evil, mysterious group.
Yeah.
Tactical Cat asks, how much time and effort did you the team do for the trailer? As much as there are any skills or requirements that are learned to apply in the future.
Well, the making of the trailer was peculiar because we essentially did pre-production, production, and post-production more or less at the same time. If you don't know about it, that's essentially pre-production is setting up everything for the production. Production is more or less just the animating and making the backgrounds for, so essentially everything visual for the trailer, and then post-production is putting everything together, effects and yada yada. We did that all together, and more or less that took us like between 6 and the number after a month. I'm not gonna say the other number. No, Paxkin, no.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I would just think, yeah. So we did that, which we're not gonna, or like, we're more or less not gonna do them at the same time when doing SCP Gallionic. But we still, when making the trailer, we were also making a world at the same time. So we kind of had to do that.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer was really quite an effort because of that, and because we were still figuring sort of everything out, admittedly. Time management, and deadlines were something which was theorized, especially among some people, but but we eventually finished it a bit later than we would have wanted to, but not even with that much tardiness.
Those eyes.
M asks, you've kind of answered this. When is it coming out? It's coming out in 2028. Guess it will come out on YouTube, but he has one thing he likes to say. I would like to take inspiration from this short animated film if I should make an SCP-related project in the future. And if it did happen, I will wish Soem team the best of luck and thank you for reading.
Absolutely love it.
Love from us.
If this project is inspiration to any of you, like there is no bigger compliment we could receive. Like seriously, no joke. So hell, if this inspires you, yeah.
That is the best thing you can have. That your art inspires other artists. Have you played SCP-5K, and if so, what are your thoughts on it?
I have.
Albarni and Trey glare at you in the corner.
I admit, I am unfortunately not very much of a gamer. I've come to the sad realization over the years, mostly because all my time is dedicated to animating. But I know of 5K. I've seen footage of it. I've seen gameplay of it. I think it looks generally interesting, and probably if I were a gamer, I would actually play it. Just I've played what? I haven't played anything in the last 3 weeks, so it's, that definitely.
That doesn't sound that convincing. That doesn't sound that convincing, though. What? I haven't played this in 3 weeks. That's.
I hate football. I haven't played it in 2 weeks. I'm not a basketball guy. I just haven't touched it in a week. Sure, Mr. Gamer. No, you're
it's been guy. Like this, since this morning. This morning, it's last time I did it, man. No, we did want, like, when we initially started writing a couple months into it, we did start playing together Elden Ring, which was really fun. Where we used that co-op mod. That was so fun to play together, but we did it a bit too much. I think that's a bit with us that I try not to play too many games because I get too addictive to them.
Then you don't make Then you don't make your animation, right?
Precisely, yes. So I try and not touch too many pies at the same time. I've been playing the World War II COD campaign a little bit.
Which one? There are a lot of World War II CODs. You got to be more specific.
No, there's only one World War II COD one. That one that came out in 2015. There's only one, right?
No, there's Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3 are technically World War II games. 4-star and Modern Warfare. Then there's the 2010s in the Pacific, and then
like you've literally like it's called Call of Duty World War II. That's like that's the name that one. I can send a picture. But the campaign when it came out, that's also the only COD I've ever played. And I remember that campaign being sweet. So I'm playing it again, and I'm actually really enjoying my time with it.
Well, it's good because those COD games are short, so they don't stop you from
Yeah,
animating. I know
yeah.
animators supposedly spend a
Sure.
lot of time watching like YouTube videos and big retrospectives because you can animate and watch something at the same time or draw and watch something at the same time. But
Actually,
you can't really do
I
that with a video game, right?
no, I actually personally I really advise against like drawing,
Yeah,
animating whilst watching a
Really?
video. At least I cannot do that. Yeah, because animation is concentration because you really need to think
yeah,
about how you're drawing, what you're drawing. Maybe if you're doing menial tasks like
yeah.
coloring
Clean up,
in or
coloring.
cleanup, yeah, those things which are extremely mechanical, you literally need to trace a line or draw a line between two things or click to fill in with bucket tool. Then sure, I can sometimes watch a Vsauce video or a Veritasium or something. But other than that, the most I will do is put on music. And often it's like music that I've already heard 1,000 times because like I hear it and then I just don't hear it anymore, and I just enter
I
my
hear
flow
it and
state.
I don't.
Or if I really need to get concentrated and really need to like focus, I just do no music, and it's harder because you feel the time so gruelingly slow. You feel like, oh god, it is taking forever, but also you feel like you get a lot more done because you feel each second going by. So yeah.
I've seen that people root for certain SCPs to appear in Gallionic just for the guarantee that many will not be in the animated short. Do you want that select group of people to feel sad, or give them a not everything? Let's see, it got cut off. Not everything revolves around you kind of response. So I guess it's like, what is your? How do you deal with all the people who can't get what they want and can't get their favorite SCP put
Well,
in the movie?
it's SCP. It has 10,000 SCPs. Like it will just happen. It's the same with like it doesn't matter how good you make something. Some people will just not like it. Same with like SP. Like there are just like some SPs that is more or less impossible to touch. Because there are a lot of other SPs that more or less either are a bit more interesting or yeah. So getting everybody's personal favorites into a show of, and also then I guess high quality. Yeah, it's not really possible,
Like
but I get it. I get it.
Have you ever seen Cabin in the Woods,
Logical.
by any chance?
Oh, of course,
I think
of
everyone
course.
wants that scene where they unleash all the
That
horror
would be cool.
movie
Yeah,
monsters,
yeah.
only with
yeah,
SCPs. That's the dream, but
yeah.
it's a very expensive one.
If they just like stayed there and just showed them all, like if that was a whole movie, I would have also liked that.
God, that would take so much time to make, though. Um, George asks, "What's the best faction for you all?" So, what's your personal favorite SCP faction?
uh, hmm. I will say I'm not super well versed in all the SCP factions. I definitely find interesting. Wait, I'm
Good luck.
forgetting the
You
name
can
of
do
it.
it. Come
Chip
on.
and
I can
Tank,
do it.
GOC.
No, because yeah, I feel like I might mix this up. I believe it was the the GOC. Anyway, the one that wanted to destroy all the SCPs, just because I'm like, it feels like a polar opposite to well, not actually a polar opposite, but an interesting alternative to the SCP facility. Like, okay, you have all this facility which wants to contain the anomalies. Okay, but why not destroy them? Am I? Was that the GOC or did I just
There are
mistake it very much?
so many names, so many
I
letters, so
think it
many
might be
names.
the
Yeah.
GOC. People like the GOC.
Yeah.
We get a lot of praise for our version of the GOC uniform in one of our missions. You can check it out in one of our trailers. But GOC is very beloved.
Yeah.
So people want to
Yeah.
see them.
Wait, sorry. What is the picture? Okay, sorry. Sherman has done
Can
a
you see
picture in
Peanut?
the
I
chat.
see it.
Yeah. I think I guess
Is it?
for me, I don't know if it counts. I know it's more than just the MTF. I'm very particular in like my interest with like not particular with the interest, but I more or less think about when I think myself more in like feeling and like how it could be presented. That's more or less like if I think about it, that's also why I love the Gate Guardian, and that's I think why I really like the MTF, not only because it's just cool guys guns, wah, but just like having to go on a mission. um I don't know, I think you can make really cool stuff with that.
Well, true.
And that's what
People
I
love
think
like
is very cool with it.
military sci-fi. Like one of the craziest things I learned was that Love and Death and Robots.
Oh, I love it.
Like how half the story of the shorts are like military guys fighting like an ancient evil or a space alien or something or another. So I was kind of curious, where are these stories coming from? So I did some research and I found out that like most of them are adapted from a collection of this literary subgenre called snafu, where apparently there's a whole genre of people who love stories about like military fighting aliens and predator movies. They created entire short story collections just around giving like military fighting stuff. So I feel like guys are all intrinsically drawn to that.
All right, what?
I can definitely see it.
Dying whilst going to battle, biggest pride. Also, for a second, when you said snuffle, I thought you meant the anime. But
no.
Well, like, what do they have to do with like military and stuff? But well, romance, military, we're getting close.
Now, I recommend you look it up. It's a wild thing to check out. George again asks, is SCP-5000 a possibility? I would really like to see the SCP animated with just a maybe. I will be happiest man in the world, for real. SCP-5K is like the suit. My guess is it probably won't make it into your thing. But out of all the SCPs, it would be the easiest thing to do, just because you could just have the suit and not have it.
Which one? Which one is it?
It is the one our game is based upon. So I will give you the TLDR of it. Basically, it's like a time-traveling jumpsuit worn by this guy, Pietro Wilson. And he basically came from another universe where the Foundation gets rogue and they want to kill all of humanity. So they unleash all the SCPs to kill everyone. And that's like the big inspiration for our game.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
I can say
I don't know why I didn't put those dolls together. But I haven't been in school for 6 years. Maybe that's a reason. But no, it's I think it would work very much so as like you're saying, as a main type of SCP, as a I don't think it just doing it in the background. Even though it would be cool fan service, I think that would be like a disservice to
well, thank you. That's such a wonderful compliment.
It's like doing I'm forgetting the word when the world ends. Like if you put that in the background, or like Lily's proposal, if you just put that in the background, like it's like that should be its main like story, right? If you do it like as a like little side thing, that's why do you have it then?
So you think it's not even worth it just to throw it in as an Easter egg? If you're doing the suit, you're doing the whole enchilada,
right? At least I think so.
That is a very fair diplomatic answer. Little Karma asks from YouTube, will the Chaos Insurgency or MTF squads appear? I think you implied previously something similar, that they probably won't, or you want to be vague because you don't want to give away anything.
2028, the mysteries will be turned back then, or turned over, I guess.
Frogman asks, is a Brain Frogman prequel a possibility at all?
Hey, we have thought about it.
No joke.
What is brain
This is
frost? I need context. Is that in your first short?
It's
it's in the trailer.
it's this
Yeah, you
little
go.
man we drew in like the cafeteria scene, which during one of our early stages of marketing, we just asked, look at this little goober, what should we name him?
Yeah.
He looks funny.
We
And
just really
so
like
a
him.
lot of people just sent us hundreds of names. Mikey just put it in a wheel, spun it, and out came Brian Frogman. And so now this character is named Brian Frogman.
Well,
He's gonna die,
I
but
nominate him to be your studio mascot.
yeah,
Well,
he
he's
should
gonna
be.
die.
Going on. I personally wasn't really a big fan of them, mostly because the animations were very, you know, now I don't want to be mean, but subpar.
Yeah, definitely not a part
but
of
you know,
the stuff you were doing.
no, but like I don't. That it isn't even a fair comparison, to be honest, because they were
Yeah,
churning out like
yeah.
12 or 20-minute videos each week, which, obviously suffered quality. But I mean, I believe they're all basically dead now, if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't seen a video from them anymore. They had like a phase where everyone was doing like, these SCP infographic things with animations.
Yeah, I remember
And
those
then
where you couldn't get
Oh
away from them.
man.
Uh,
and at least I feel like despite their very clickbaity and very targeted selection of SCPs, they did still bring about some more interesting SCPs, and it wasn't just always
Yeah.
the classics, which shows that there are more things, which I definitely think
Yeah.
is something that should be shown more. As usually the SCPs that are shown in video games and shows are stuff like SCP-173 or 096, which I understand, especially for like video games. I know how hard it is to like make something that is mechanically interesting, and I feel like SCP-173 is one of the most, in my opinion, mechanically interesting SCPs that's currently been
Woo!
made, just because of how it is. But clearly, that means you always see that, and you almost never see something else. So yeah.
Yeah, that is true. You can't have every SCP fit in every medium because some are more abstract, and the ones that are more popular gimmicks, kind of like, they're the ones that people. But I love your holistic view of the content farms. Like, you want to hear something interesting?
Yeah.
So, of course.
So have you ever heard of YouTube automation?
Do you mean like making videos automatically?
That's what the basically social media gurus try and sell it as, is that like, you only work for like 4 videos and blah blah blah, and a lot of it's bullshit.
Make sure you like that type of stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea behind it is that like you're basically a producer. You have other people to pay and make videos, and you find a niche and target it, and you can make a shit ton of money, assuming you do it right. But it requires a lot of investment in terms of like getting the right people to make videos that people will actually watch. So the SCP niche was kind of like in that realm of YouTube automation. In terms of like coming up with a content mill and then just spamming stuff. But I like your perspective, and like, not necessarily respecting the craft, but respecting the effort and what it did to keep people alive and SCP to be accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess a necessary evil, like you said.
Especially for the people off-site, I would say, because the on-site was still thriving. So
that's also true.
So the next question we have is from Calatope again. For future projects, have you thought of adapting any specific tale series or canons? If so, can you share them?
No and no. In the sense that no,
It's
we haven't thought of any specific one.
that's cool.
Although there are some very good stories out there, we wouldn't really know exactly what to adapt. And also, truth be told, for now we are very interested in telling, more our stories. SCP Gallionic again was born from something we wanted to express and tell. Uh, who knows? It is a gold mine in there in the wiki. So
Yeah,
yeah,
there's an infinite number of stories
Yeah.
to mine. So you never know when you'll read something or hear something. I hope you'll make a 2-hour movie about the SCP-5K door squid, our beloved cephalopod. I love the door
well, we'll
squid.
see.
4 hours, 4 hours at least.
The door squid deserves its time in the limelight. Um, Little Karma asks, will any other military factions appear? People really want Jujutsu Kaisen with guns. So I don't know if sorry for repetitive questions. I always like to just to make sure people,
Nah,
feel, that I'm not ignoring them.
yeah, no, we've answered this.
Yeah.
We'll see. It won't be a very big part of the short. That's all. The tactical, military part.
Um, A Flame from Discord asks, will they use a warhead at the end of the film or explode everything and escape in a happy ending? Are we getting a Resident Evil ending? I know you probably can't talk too
Warhead.
much
No
about how
comment.
the ending is, but people want to know that, Capcom, have you ever played a Resident Evil game?
But literally, the one thing we absolutely cannot talk about is the ending. So, like,
Yeah. But yeah, wasn't it what was the game? There was like one game that had a warhead, right? I don't really
yeah,
know,
you mean
but
Containment Breach?
yeah, it was that one. Um, yeah, like it's an interesting idea, but it's besides that the ending is of course off limits as like the main other stuff. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
you'll see.
Yeah, so you can't know the ending. Sorry, you'll have to wait to 2028 to find out if we're getting a Resident Evil
Yeah.
ending, or maybe something else. Maybe they go to another dimension. That's the beauty of SCP. It's the possibilities are infinite.
Making explosion would be so cool. Though. Fuck, I love nukes. That's true.
um,
Though.
Mike asks from YouTube, what is your favorite indie project right now? Are you Space King fans? Are you Has Been Hotel, Amazing Digital Circus, Gaslight District? What is your favorite indie?
Mine personally, I am really, really looking I'm a really big fan of the Amazing Digital Circus, just because Gooseworks has been able to craft such actually a very interesting story, which has a surprising amount of depth, and I've just been enthralled in it. And I like to take pride in this. I was a fan before it went viral.
Oh, really? How
I
did you
still
know about
remember.
it? Were you a fan of Gooseworks' work, or did you kind of
Not
like
really,
know about?
but I was following. I was following some
You
of the
did talk about
animators
it,
who
so
later. Yeah, I was following some of the animators who were working on the Amazing Digital Circus, and I remember before they premiered the pilot episode, they had like a little teaser trailer with all the cast and crew showing and their animation, and I remember seeing it. I was like, oh damn, this is actually pretty interesting. The cast and crew seem nice and fun. We'll see
yeah.
how it goes. It was definitely peculiar, and then when it dropped, I watched it. I was like, oh damn, this is pretty good. And then I saw everyone talking about it. Then I saw it reach like 300 million views, and I was like, oh wow, okay,
Damn. Damn.
they've struck gold.
Yeah,
For me,
it's
I
like
guess.
easily one of the greatest success stories of the
Oh yeah.
modern era. And we've got a whatchamacallit, the big pronouncement here. Very much
Oh.
timing. This might be a bigger deal for you than it was for me. But Frogman says, "Congrats to 200K European."
We
Oh,
reached
shit.
it.
He says you reached it.
Yeah.
For
Hell
me,
yeah.
it's in USD, so I can't see it. But I'm going to take all the credit for that. But confirm
Thank you,
there's
thank you.
200 grand.
Absolutely.
We are 500
Oh,
buckaroos
hell.
away
Oh,
when we
yeah.
started.
We did it. Did it.
Yeah, damn.
Let me.
Woo!
Oh, you're showing. You're showing it.
Yes, it was all because of this.
Yes, sir.
It's reversed.
Hey.
Whatever.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It looks
I can't put it back.
insane.
Congratulations.
Yeah, getting close to the official 20 minutes almost.
Godzilla.
Well, 10K.
My Godzilla bank filled with the bank. 200K.
Hey.
Obviously, it's for your
Nice.
incredible work and all your social work, but I'm going to give myself an undeserved pat on the back and assume that it was this event that helped you push you over that edge.
Yes, sir.
But congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you already hit 200K in USD, but euros, I'm going to imagine that's because euros is worth more, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's like in dollars.
the
Isn't it
conversion
like
rate is
240 something? In dollars?
conversion rate from euros to dollars is of 0.89. At least last time I checked. It changes every day.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So, congrats. I'm so happy
Yeah.
that you hit another milestone.
Yeah. Fuck.
A nice big round number.
Come on.
Keep pushing. If you haven't, I
Hey,
should have had my
19
wallet
days.
in hand.
19 days.
After this, I'm gonna pledge my money. If you have not pledged, what are you doing? You gotta pledge to Gallionic. You gotta support independent creators.
Thank you.
Keep these guys going.
Absolutely.
Please.
Thank you.
Flame asks, this is not a question, but I really hope the film it goes popular. This deserves infinite views, and when I saw the trailer, I actually became my top 3 best animations. I saw an anime. An anime, and the music was also a win. Y'all guys really are the goats. If this doesn't get millions of views, I'm nuking the whole world.
Whoa.
Right.
Calm down. Because then we can make SB Gallionic. Do it after. Do it after.
Yeah, after.
You gotta hold up until
you.
it comes out.
Thank you. Man,
Yeah,
hearing these
that's
comments has been it's been genuinely great. Me and Mikey have I can't say we've read all the comments because we haven't,
There are a
obviously.
lot. There are a lot.
But I can definitely say I've spent more time than I should have scrolling through the comments on the video section and seeing everyone's excitement, which is so cool and surprising because you don't really expect something to. I always expect to see, a lot of negative comments because generally on the internet, that's how things go. No, it is genuinely baffling. Yeah.
Apparently, Frogman is also saying on YouTube, only 10,000 euros left until 20 minutes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we're hitting that. The question is how far we're gonna go after. Because I would love to do the ghost story dub. That was like one of the first things that me and Brother talked about that we wanted. I would so love to do that. Just giving our voice actors just like do shit and we'll see how it looks. I would love that so much.
Oh God! But, you know what you should do is you should go to like if you're gonna do a ghost actors a ghost story style dub, you should reach out to like Team 4-Star or like an abridged series creator and let them go ham with it.
Just right, yeah, okay.
We'll definitely see. We first gotta reach that though.
Yeah, that's still quite a bit off the ghost story dub. Hey, wouldn't mind it though.
Well, it's good that you're continuing to raise barriers and push forward. And I'm so excited to see you keep on pushing up, and the numbers just keep going up. The line keeps on going up. So you have been here in 2 hours. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah.
We have gone through all the questions. We could do like maybe a lightning round and ask people for a few more. Maybe go like 15 minutes, or do you want to call it 5, 10, or how are you guys feeling?
Uh, it's currently midnight for us.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Yeah.
we've been and the day's been long.
Who better eat?
It depends. If you all really want to do another lightning round, we can consider. If not, I think we'll call it a night, and
Yeah.
just thank
Kinda
everyone
depends.
for being here.
All right, so we'll
Yeah.
give you guys 5 minutes. You guys deserve your rest.
Hell
you
yeah.
poor night owls. Thank you so much for the time. I'm so happy that we got to do this. What you
Thank
call
you.
it? As I everyone send in your questions. Now is the time to ask.
Yeah.
I'm sending you the form. But while we wait for the questions to fill, what is your favorite Mappa series running right now in the past few years since Mappa's killing it? Are you Hell's, Paradise Bros, Chainsaw Men, Jujutsu Kaisen dudes? Out of the cavalcade of riches that Mappa has been delivering, what has been your favorite?
Boy.
That's one of the hardest questions because I love James Man and I love JJK as well. And I guess there's more JJK, so there's a bit more ability for love, I guess you can say, a bit more love showcase. But Chainsaw Man is that
Fujimoto
shit
is the
is
great. I feel like every animator would hack off their feet to
Yeah.
have the chance to animate
But-
the stuff that the stuff
Actu-
Fujimoto does.
I forgot because there it was not a Mappa one before, but I actually am gonna say it's Attack on Titan. I forgot about it. That's my second favorite
Oh,
anime ever.
Attack on
That's my-
Titan's always.
It's also, of course, it's my first anime, and it's also the reason why I draw, and in that sense, also am here now. It's the reason why I started why my love is the way and how big it is for anime, all because of Attack on Titan. So it's Attack on Titan, I guess. Yeah, bro. I know what.
Good,
For
good,
me,
I know
good
that
pick.
you haven't seen that much of the Mappa version from Attack on Titan. We started watching
No, I
Attack on
haven't.
Titan together, and I've watched I think Attack on Titan with like 8 different people because I'm like, you're gonna watch anime with me now, and I also did it with Brando with Attack on Titan, and then we got yeah, of course, can say it would like for spoiler for Attack on Titan, but we got it to a certain part at like season 4, and it was like, oh, I'm too sad. I don't want to see them get hurt.
I was too sad to continue. I was like, no, why is everyone
Yeah.
fighting? No, why can't they be friends? Yeah, I was too much of a. I don't know if I can say that. Anyway, but
You didn't want to see it sad. You didn't want to see Aaron become the final villain. Spoilers for a series that has been finished for a while.
yeah, I've been spoiled for that story for a lot of things. But yeah, no, I'll finish watching it eventually one day.
Someday.
Well, for the pride of
but-
Mappa, you got to see their work. They did some really good stuff in the final season.
Yeah,
So we have another question. Frogman asked, do either of you have a favorite series / hub from the SCP Wiki?
From the SCP wiki, not really. I haven't actually read that many articles, series from the SCP wiki. I've mainly read
Yeah, me neither.
SCPs.
Yeah.
Someone from Discord asks, my favorite map is the Antarctic. The red structure, also the design of the first mission is feeling realistic and basic. That is more of an SCP 5K question. Thank you for the love. I think we'll be doing we're going to try and do an event with Trey or Al Barney or some of the higher ups after the publisher, because I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. But thank you for the love. But please, geek out with these anime gods who have come to grace us with their professionalness. Another question from Discord. What is the soundtrack going to look like in the anime and short films if that stretch goal gets met? Is there going to be frequent songs, intro, outro music? That's a good question. How much music do you think you'll need?
It's we're like, at least I'm very excited to figure that out. Of course, it sounds weird me saying that, but the soundtrack made for the trailer was made by a lovely friend of ours, Ji Hung. He made I'm still so in love with the song that he made for us, and I'm so excited to work with him again. Of course, what we figured out is we can have our taste and our ideas for the scene, but composers are also artists. So we need to show him what we want the scene to feel like, and then it's all his. That, of course, with some revisions from us, but he will be at the helm with making the actual music. So we have some ideas for the places where it will be. We have some ideas for the sounds that will be in it. The amount, I don't know, but I do know some places that at least I want music in, and I know that he can deliver. He's gonna make a fire soundtrack.
I can't wait to hear it. I guess if you had to guess, how many tracks do you think it'll be, or you can't tell this early in the game?
Yeah,
Well,
I literally
think
can't tell.
like if we reach the full soundtrack, it will be at least like in total. I think at least like the full soundtrack version for everybody to hear. I think that will be at least like 20 minutes, something like that.
Okay. I certainly hope you put it up on Spotify. Apparently, it's a lot easier to upload on Spotify than you'd imagine. You just have to get a distribution service, and then you can get it up there.
We're actually working on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Are you going to put the trailer music up there?
Yes, we are.
I
don't know when, but it will be up there for sure in the hopefully coming weeks. But yeah.
I have another question. What are your 5-year dream goals for Soem Studios? If you could have the ultimate picture in fantasy of living the high animator life, would you like to become like Glitch, or do you have more different ambitions?
I don't know, because like Glitch has its own qualities and disadvantages in the sense that indie is nice for the freedom, but also it's very hard because it's always a system where you need to kind of stay afloat because you are fueling your own thing, and you need to be very, very popular. If not, we'll see. We'll see. Some studios for now was made with the sole intention of making SCP Gallionic. So we have to see how it evolves, if it evolves, or how things go.
Yeah, what we learned is that stuff will happen. You just have to be there, and what that will be, we don't know.
Well said. Jack from YouTube asks, add CI or MTFs or whatever my favorite UIA should be the best scene I need to watch. So as you can see, people want their favorite military thing. Yes. I can't guarantee you're going to get it, but, keep yelling for that serpent's hand. Who knows? Maybe they'll appear in the SCP Gallionic Netflix show. And with that, I think it is time to let you guys go to sleep. You've been very generous with your time. All right. It was fantastic geeking out with you. All of you.
Thank you.
Go to the Kickstarter, pledge. Submit your get your money. Let's kick it up. Let's get it to 20 minutes. $10,000 10,000 euros isn't a lot. We can do it. I know we can do it. After this, I'm going to go do it as well. So I expect all of you to do it and help support these guys who are building it with their big hearts and bigger pens. What final thoughts would you like to say before we end tonight and we let you head off to the good night to enjoy some well-deserved rest?
Thank you to everyone.
Yeah.
Who's supported us so far, who's believed in us and wants to see us succeed. And yeah, basically that.
Yeah, it's awesome that because it's all because of the people that put us in this position. Like the money didn't come out of my pocket. So it's awesome that you guys trust us with what we've shown. We won't disappoint you. Thank you so much, and thank you also, Isaac. It's been lovely being here with you. It was really cool. Thank you for having us.
It was an absolute pleasure to host you. Thank you so much for being supportive. Yeah. Stay tuned for updates on SCP 5K. There will be news coming now that we announced that we have a publisher, and 1.0 is definitely happening. So I can't wait to drag Trey out for you guys to have fun, and you can grill them about the publisher. And these gentlemen, I can't wait to see what they make and see the full results in 2028. So have a great night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.